Husbandos and waifus, what's going on? My name is HERMSAUR. Welcome to another 5 reasons why you should watch. And today, we're gonna talk about an isekai anime. Holy crap. Yes, I know I'm isekai trash. Even like my closest friends are tired of isekai anime. But this is actually an isekai anime that I heavily enjoy, and even my friends that were tired of isekai anime wanted to watch as well, which is Parallel World Pharmacy. So number 1, it's not your typical overpowered isekai anime. Now this is going to be a reason for a lot of the isekai animes that I tend to watch, and sometimes it's not going to be. But this is a pretty big thing because he is actually very powerful when he gets reincarnated. But it's not your reincarnation in the fact of you're going to fight the demon lord and you just have all these OP skills. His skills are all scientific related, but he is also very powerful. With the mindset of him being powerful, it's because of his knowledge from his past scientifically. He's able to concoct certain medicines and certain things to create medicines that aren't really existent in that world or haven't been discovered yet. And also, he can definitely stand his own in a fight, which is really cool. But a lot of the time, you notice that this anime is not really focused on the fighting, but mostly focused on the saving, which is really cool. As action-packed isekai tend to be, this is more so action-packed in the sense of him finding cures for diseases and common colds, which is really nice, and him having to deal with real-life situations like dealing with other pharmacies and other doctors and stuff, and things that might be hypocritical to religions and stuff. So I think that's really fun to watch and to enjoy and see how he is going to solve it himself, because he is a young child, but then he is an older man that was isekai to a child, so he has the knowledge to do everything. So number 2, it's a mixture of fantasy with actual science. For example, there's the Black Plague, and then there's like other diseases, common colds, which actually have the cures to it is very similar to what it is here, but it's also with a mixture of magic and fantasy. Obviously, he can create these cures himself with his magic. He makes it so it's possible so that other pharmacists will be able to concoct the same thing that he concocts. But there's also, of course, like I said, that mixture of fantasy, which is cool because it is an isekai. There is magic and stuff. There is evil lurking around, and etc. And number 3, even though the main character is very powerful, he's very humble at the same time. I mean, he rather would save people. That's his main focus. He doesn't care about the money. He's trying to hide the status. He doesn't really care about the status, but sometimes he has to flex his status for having people to respect him. But at the same time, he's just very humble. He just wants to save people. As powerful as he is, it's not mostly in terms of his strength that is the focus. It's in terms of his knowledge from his past life that makes him overpowered as well. Like, he needs to rely on that knowledge that he had as a pharmacist back at his real life, and now here in this new world, that he has to be able to create certain things, to make medicine, to save these people. Number 4, the reliance of magic versus industrial technology. I think what's really cool, there's a lot of anime that do it, like for example, I'm Quitting Heroing was one of them. You realize that there is a difference of people who are super reliant on magic, and as cool as a world of magic is, it seems olden times. Like you can see it looks like old English type of stuff before technology and medicine. It seems like even though here in life, even though we don't have magic, we have advanced enough to be able to cure diseases, versus in a magic world, it's always there's no scientific reasoning to finding out why this person is sick. He must have been taken over by a demon. He must be evil or something. So there must be an evil spirit that has taken over his body. In a way, like in a magic world, it's kind of like it is what it is, versus like in an industrial world like what we live in real life, we always try to find reasoning and we always try to find a way, a solution, versus having to rely on someone else. So I thought there's like a clear difference, and you see it in this anime, and how the main protagonist is always looking at it like, you know, back in our world we're able to do this and because of this and this, versus there's no cleansing magic with wind magic and etc. And number 5, it's relying on support cast heavily. Despite how overpowered he is. Yes, he is overpowered, and yes, he's very knowledgeable. He can only do so much because once again, he is a child. He has his limitations, and it also looks very suspicious that a child has this much information about how to cure certain diseases. So I think what's really cool is that a lot of the supporting cast is there with him by his side to kind of like not only guide him, but to kind of help him out in situations where it can be very hard for him to maneuver around. For example, because he's a reincarnation, he doesn't have a shadow. So they end up finding a solution for him to have a shadow so he doesn't get looked crazy at. And also how, you know, because he is a child, a lot of people look down on him like, oh, what does this child know? But and of course his teacher is there with him. Obviously he doesn't know how to handle finances. What he's used to is overworking himself, but he has all these people, all the supporting cast around him, the supporting characters, to help him out into being able to have this pharmacy function properly, and for him to be able to cure these diseases, whether if it's his accountant, his father, the queen. He is like, what's really important about this anime is the supporting cast. Even though Pharma is like the main character and he is the one that's going to resolve all of these issues, there's no way in hell he's going to resolve these issues on his own. So I definitely think that the support cast, the supporting characters, are hella important, because without them, Pharma is just some crazy kid. But anyways, guys, that is my 5 reasons why you should watch Parallel World Fantasy. I'm sure a lot of you guys are watching it. I don't know if it's super hyped. I haven't been keeping up with what's really hype. I know one of the ones I want to talk about soon is Call of the Night, which I think is super underrated. But Parallel World Fantasy is definitely a fun isekai to watch, and it has like all of the great elements of isekai that I feel, with a nice touch of intelligence. You know, it's not something that you would just like digest easily. It's something that you actually think about and like, oh, that's actually a real disease. That's actually something that happens IRL. So it's really fun to watch. If you guys definitely want to check it out, let me know your thoughts about Parallel World Fantasy in the comment section below. Tell me your reasons why you're watching it, or if this video has inspired you to watch it. What's really cool is when I made that video for Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, a lot of you guys said you started watching it because of me and you enjoyed watching it. So I did my job right. So anyways, guys, thanks for coming through. Drop a like, subscribe, click that notification. I'll see you guys in the next one.